I saw this video from Chinese woman who was hailing racial slurs at black people in a Chinese restaurant. And when I first saw this video, I thought to myself, very disappointing, but at the same time, I'm not really surprised. On this account, I do defend Chinese people and talk about their culture because I truly believe that Chinese people are the most understanding towards black people out of most Asian ethnicities. That's still the case. My opinion has not changed. However, that doesn't mean that there isn't any racism amongst Chinese people. There are Chinese people who are very racist and very colorist. And a lot of these mindsets stems from the history of them having pale skin because they find it attractive. The other part is because of them digesting Western media and them getting involved with these white people, which is something I noticed in that video from her. She is from China, but she's been there long enough to know better. You're from China and you recently came here, like recent, your ass wouldn't be able to pronounce the R. And no, I'm not saying that to be racist. I've been around Chinese people all my life. If you have been here like very recently, you wouldn't be able to pronounce that R so easily like she did in that video. She has consumed numerous amounts of Western propaganda on black people. She also said in that video that she's going to send her recording and send it to her white boyfriend. This means she didn't learn that back in China. Oh, no. She learned that shit from her white boyfriend. And I'm willing to bet that that man that she is dating fetishizes her and made her racist towards black people. So not only there was already a chance that she could have been colorist before she got here, but now she is colorist and racist on top of that after coming here. In conclusion, she turned out 2 times worse than what she was previously. I also want to make this painfully clear to the many of Americans who was watching this. Chinese people is nowhere near a monolith. What do I mean by this? There are numerous, and I mean like hundreds of many different ethnicities and minorities who are nationally Chinese, but not ethnically. There are many with dark, brown, and tan, and even red rosy cheeks. Let me be clear. Racism and colorism in China is not the normality, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. With that being said, not every Chinese person is our ally. Not every Chinese person see us as human being. Not every Chinese person see us as beautiful or equal to them or anyone else. There are Chinese people who sees us as inferior because we have darker skin, and they found our skin ugly and dirty. A lot of them, unfortunately, opening businesses in our neighborhoods and our communities and profiting off of us. Which is like, oh, there's a lot of history in that. But back to the original point after my analysis, she dropped a statement saying she is sorry and she learned this shit from her white boyfriend. But at the same time, she knew better. She honestly knew better, and the reason why she made a statement and an apology is because she got exposed all over the internet and being held accountable for her actions. The truth of the matter is she's not actually sorry. She's actually a down-core colorist and racist at heart. So on behalf of the black community, we do not forgive you. And I hope you get exposed all over the internet, and I hope you have a shitty life. That's all I gotta say. Toodles.
Now I'm debating on whether or not I'm gonna show y'all this video of this woman in China calling this black woman nigga this, nigga that. I might show it, but here's what I want to say. This is why it's not gonna ever be cute when people in China appropriate black culture. Rap, hip-hop, streetwear, braids, box braids, boho braids, cornrows, getting their hair permed to 3C, 4C, and the like, which it ain't even really 4C, but y'all know what I mean. This is why anytime I see that, my face always gonna do this.
Black Go back to your country. We don't welcome black people. Black people should go. You look so ugly with your dark skin color. Go back to your country. Eat watermelon. I'm going to send this to my boyfriend because he's white and he's your master.
This is why it'll never be cute. It'll never be cute when they appropriate our culture. It'll never be cute when they take everything from black folk and then turn around and do this. This is the culture. This is how their culture views us. It'll never be cute. It'll never be appreciation or flattering.
Hello, what's up everybody? How are you doing? I'm your host and presenter, GTech Stories, and I'm hoping that you are doing super great from wherever you're watching me from. Now, there is this video going around. It's getting people's attention, and I thought that I could also share with you. And, let me know about what you think about this. Now, there's this Chinese woman who calls black tourists I supposedly believe that they are in China. She uses racial slurs, the N word, and she keeps on calling and saying that and telling them to go back to their country. While it might look like she came back and apologized, but this is a projection of how white supremacy, or it's a projection of how whiteness has spread to other people. And sometimes you think that having this awareness is important because it teaches you to know the boundaries of the things to say or the things not to say. She knew damn well that black people don't like to be called that N word, especially from non-black people, right? But she still goes ahead and calls black people the N word. These are the implications that this has. First, she says that she has a white boyfriend. That explains a lot of things. That explains a lot of things that, and it's a projection of how sometimes white people are spreading all these stereotypes towards black people. It tells black people to get back to their country. Well, we start looking the advancements that black people have made in the United States. It has made them easier for even Chinese who call themselves the Chinese Americans to stay and do business in Africa, not in Africa, but America, because of the basic foundation that black people laid, right? And this really got people talking about this because she was exposed for what she was saying, the words that she was saying, right? And you might just look at it at a myopic lens, but try look at it deeper. This is just a projection of how sometimes people want to be so much white, or how people want to be accepted by whiteness. She has a white boyfriend, and definitely you know that he is the one who taught her all this, who taught her that calling black people the N word. Well, she knows very well that black people don't want to be called that word, especially when you're not black, right? So I want to switch this video. I'll be back, and then let me know what you think about all these things. At the end of the day, let's have a conversation. What do you think about this? You as a black person watching this video, probably you've landed this video, you're Chinese watching this video. Let me know what you think about this, right? So let's watch the video. I'll be back.
You see, this is exactly why there are certain countries that I will never visit, including China. Because I know with this mouth, I would be in jail. Oh, you can call me the N-word all you want, Ling Ling. Just know I'm about to call your ass some shrimp fried rice. I'm going to insert an egg roll all up in your ass. And I know that I would be outnumbered. I know Bruce Lee would probably come out from the kitchen and Ling Ling would try to karate chop my ass. They would be like, oh, you come here no more. And I know somebody's watching this video saying, why are you being racist? Did you not see the first part of the motherfucking video? Because we match energy over here. You want to be racist? That's cool. I can do that shit too. Because how is someone who is Asian going to be racist towards someone who is black? Bitch, we both not white. But I digress. That's why I'm going to stay my black ass here in America.
Hi, Asian Americans. Do you think it's possible for our community to not be weirdly anti-Black, specifically during AANHPI Heritage Month? And I mean, we're gonna have to shoot for next year because we already fucked up this year and the last 2 years. Yeah, because the Shah Rukh Khan discourse, right, is disrespectful. Like, the perceived disrespect that wasn't even there is disrespectful. And also, the lack of discourse around Lisa's disrespectful ass outfit is disrespectful. Last year, the Youthphoria scandal happened during AANHPI month, that's right. And while a lot of Asian Americans did call it out, rightfully, we also had that one guy who showed Hole on YouTube do double blackface to try prove there was nothing problematic about it. Like, I've had that dude blocked for years. He's such a fucking rage baiter weirdo. And then the year before that, Asian Americans were working very hard to get affirmative action overturned, which happened the month after. So yeah, we're doing fucking horrible. And I know that NHPI of AANHPI is fucking sick and tired of us and would like to cleave off of us and have their own fucking month. Because it's embarrassing for us all, you know? We have a lot of community work to do, and we always will. And I don't know when it will end. It will never end. It's so depressing.
Racism from Hispanic and Latinos towards the Black community absolutely needs to be studied. I want to make this painfully clear. It is not all Hispanics. I recently saw this video from a Black man stating, I want to see 100 Hispanics not saying the N-word. Because as we all know, there is a major problem with Hispanics in general saying the N-word when they're not supposed to be saying the N-word. Instead of just acknowledging the fact that yes, Hispanics needs to stop saying the N-word, they doubled down on their racism and proved our point why they should not be saying the N-word at all. Making racist and stereotypical comments like, I want to see 100 Black people visit fried chicken. I want to see 100 Black fathers being there for their children. I want to see 100 Black people respecting the law, not eating Popeyes and finding their dads. You know what's incredibly ironic? Hispanic people love to talk about how close related we are and how much our struggles are so compared with one another. We have been through similar struggles and we have picked from the same branch and bushes. We have been oppressed, enslaved by white Americans and Europeans, and we should understand each other. And yet many of them will turn around and objectify us. They will signify us as a monolith and stereotype us. These same stereotypes that white people created to degrade and dehumanize Black people, Hispanics are now using those same stereotypes to do the same thing to us. It doesn't make any sense. Black people will say, stop saying the N-word. And Hispanics will clap back and say, I want to see Black people go to school and graduate. I want to see Black people with a job application. Which is insane because study shows that Black people, especially Black women, are quite literally the highest demographic when it comes to graduating from high-end universities and Ivy Leagues. Many Black men, especially so many Black women, achieving high-end career jobs. Doctor, lawyer, financer, business owner, restaurant owner, nursing, astrologist, neurologist, astronomist, etc. Fucking chemists and biologists. So many of us are entering these roles. Hispanics love to say to us that they are not the same, that they are all different. And I'm like, bitch, so are we. We are not the same either. Black people are not a fucking monolith. I don't know why we have to keep repeating ourselves when we say this shit. For fuck's sake, you know what? I know that Hispanics and Black people are nowhere near the same. You know why? Because y'all voted against each other! Like, how in the fuck? Even though that Black people are not a monolith, despite our differences from all over the country and the world, we can still look at each other and still come together and be like, yeah, we are against this. Y'all can't do that. But you know what you can do when it comes to uniting as one? Being racist towards Black people. Y'all can definitely do that shit. All of that PLC solidarity, all of that Hispanics and Black people together, out the window.
I'm not gonna take it no word of a lie. Did y'all see the video of the Chinese lady in a restaurant who walked up to the Black lady and verbally and racially assaulted her? And she said this with her chest out in broad daylight, we don't want you here, go back to Africa. Not only that, she even proceeded to say, I have a YT boyfriend and my boyfriend is just slave master. What the fuck? But what gets me the most is that she thought that behavior was appropriate, because when she said it and had an audience, and she thought the audience was gonna give her a round of applause, and she didn't get the outcome that she thought that she was going for. Now, did she tell any word of a lie when she said these people do not want us in their country? And what gets me the most, when we do go out to these countries, especially China and Japan, they look at us like Sideshow Bob. They want to feel our texture of our hair. They want to feel the color of our skin. They look us down and take pictures of us like we are at a fucking circus, at a zoo. Make it make sense for me. And here's another thing. Here's another thing. I just want to say this. It's people who look like us and don't identify as us, and they don't even want us in their country. I just want to say that. Then here's what gets me also too. She proceeded to apologize, and some of the key things that she said, my ex-boyfriend brainwashed me. Oh, now he's your ex-boyfriend, but just a couple of minutes ago, he was your boyfriend. And it looked like to me the whole engagement of let me apologize was coached. If I don't know the ethnicity of the person who was coaching it, because I don't know if they was Black or any other race, I can't identify because I can't say it clear, but it looked like to me somebody was coaching it. Then you went to say, oh, well, you may be a better person than me. She is a better person than you. Let me tell you why she's better than you, because when you was verbally assaulting her, belittling her, she just laughed because she had her pride and her dignity to stand by. My thing is that Black people make it so cute and so welcoming for these people to steal our culture and our heritage. But They don't let us come on to their country and it be racially appropriate, culturally appropriate. They make sure that they limited us with everything, but we make it so easy for them to come and open up corner stores, for us to sit in their nail shop, for us to go to their restaurants, and they still treat us like we're not. Bye. I can go on and on. Bye. Y'all already know the rest.
Just saw a video of a Chinese lady calling a black person the N-word. That's kind of crazy. Also, it's kind of funny at the same time.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that you are great. I'm hoping that you're doing fine. From wherever you're watching me from, I'm your host and presenter, Eugene Stories, and I feel like this is a topic that we need to talk about. First things first, I'm not saying that all Chinese people behave the way this lady behaved. At the same time, I'm not trying to scrap the fact that Asian countries, especially the broader Asian community, its entirety, Asian. I'm talking about, China has different groups of Chinese people, right? Mongolese, from the language that they speak, right? So that being said, we have different categories of Chinese people. Now, I'm not trying to generalize. At the same time, I'm not trying to make it look like Chinese people are good people. We've been having history with them, racist history with them, but I'm glad that some of them are getting to understand the plight of black people, especially with the recent things that were happening, especially what the white America did in the decisions that they made. But today's topic doesn't really revolve around that. Today's topic really revolves around issues that matter. When we try to look at the plight of black people in the world, and how black people are being perceived outside the world. Black people are the most welcoming people, but at the same time, black people are treated worst when they go to other countries. Another problem is that, not really, I don't know if it's a problem, but another thing is that black people, we like really exploring, like going to different places and seeing really the world out there. Now, the problem is not black people going to see those places. The problem is the people that they meet in these places. They act like blacks should not be treated as humans, right? Because if people are in a restaurant and you tell a person to go back to their country because they look different than you. And I'm glad they didn't escalate anything. They were just laughing to brush it off. But at the end of the day, you really get to see the true colors of how these people really feel about black people. And my advice to black folks is that let's go to places where we are welcomed. Let's go to places where we are wanted. We have a number of countries that you can go where you're welcome. It doesn't have to be Africa. But of course, if it is, you know damn well you don't have a problem because everyone is black over there. I understand there are a couple of challenges that you might also grapple with, but that doesn't make it like it is everyone who is there who does that. There are a couple of things that I would really want to discuss in regards to this. What the Chinese lady was saying was a projection, and she made it clear that she learned all this from a white boyfriend. And this tells you how the enemy spreads propaganda. And even the boyfriend / the husband, she learned it from his family. He learned it from his family. That's what they were taught about black people, right? And I've seen scenarios. The question of go back to your country is not even something that it's shocking me, because even in the United States, I've seen black people being told to go back to their country. Does it really make sense? Now, where is black people's country? I believe that black people, their country is in the United States because that's where they were born. 2 generations, 3 generations in the country. Why do you want these people to go? In as much as history has it that they trace their roots back to Africa, these are people that have stayed for generations and generations in the United States. Why am I bringing this issue up? I'm bringing this issue up because black folks, the word go back to your country, usually even come from the mouth of white people who are inside America, where black Americans are the citizens of also Americans. So I'm not surprised that this is happening in China, being told to go back to your country. There are a couple of things that we could say about this, but this is just a projection. And then let's look how Black people have really helped the Asian community, the Chinese community in general. When you talk about affirmative action, when you talk about the DEI, these are things that Black people have merits for other communities, including white people, especially white women benefiting from it more than even any other group, right? Have benefited from. What Black people have ever tried to do, usually it has always benefited everyone, but except the Black person himself. So hearing from this is much wrong. This is something that it is not commendable, but I hope we take notes, we as Black people, and not the countries that we are not wanted, and go to places where we are wanted. The only person that loves a Black person genuinely is a fellow Black person. Being noted that not all skin folks are kin folks. Every person that looks like you doesn't mean that they have the same ideology like you. But what you can do right now is to support fellow Black person, because all we have is just unity. That's the only asset that a Black person has. So thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this video. I'm your host and presenter, Agent Stories, and I'm hoping to see you on my next video. But until then, let me see you in my next video. Peace, love, and harmony. Salute.